Welcome to another episode of Open Shot Podcast, ladies and gents. This is our NBA preview. We love that you are here. This is going to be an episode on another Eastern Conference team. So if you caught my hint on the last episode, I gave you like a small hint on the team. I said this team recently had a documentary done about them this past summer. So I wonder who that be. I'm not going to say anything else because it's my man Faze. Time to shine. Faze is on you.
The Last Dance was a documentary he was referring to. So that's
Yes, sir.
Chicago Bulls. By the way, I don't know if you classify it as a 30 for 30, but that's the best basketball documentary I've ever watched personally.
Really?
Yes, but that was the
best.
Oh
man, you got to update your resume. I'm gonna send you some stuff. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Benji.
I actually never seen Benji.
Oh, so you need to open up too. That's a good one.
Yeah, Benji is a good one, but it's some good ones out there that you got to check out for real.
Better than The Last Dance?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, keep it traditional. Do you know any Chicago Bulls fans?
No, I don't. No, I know a few. I actually do. I know a few.
Okay. I think Chicago Bulls fans are kind of in every state.
Yeah, because of Jordan.
Yeah. My friend Justin Taylor is a Chicago Bulls fan, and he is very excited about their upcoming team this season. Hey, a lot of people should be there. Bulls fans got some good talent.
I went to school with Justin.
We did. Yes, we did.
We did.
So, big offseason for them. They added a lot of – this is a whole different team coming into the season than it was last season. So, let's start at the top. Lonzo Ball, sign and trade, 4-year, $85 million contract. How do you feel about that pickup?
Lonzo, I'm a big fan of Lonzo, man. I wish him the best. I'm glad he's going to the East. I'm glad he's going to a destination that wants him.
Yes.
So that's a big thing. That wants him, that wants to see you succeed, and that paid you money to come there and play ball. So I'm glad he got that. Hopefully he can go there and do some great things because I actually am a fan of Lonzo Ball.
Me too. I'm excited next season. This one's what I'm really excited about. Next on the list, big signing, DeMar DeRozan, 3-year, $85 million contract. What do you feel about that?
Not a big fan of that.
Really? Because take the ball out of Lonzo's hands a little bit more.
Yeah, he's not somebody that the ball flows freely through. He's more of a he's like Melo. He gotta feel his shot, he gotta find his shot, he gotta get shots up. He's not somebody that's like the ball's just flowing freely from his hand to the next hand. So I'm not a big fan of that signing. I think they could have went without that signing, in my opinion.
I mean, it's interesting because Lonzo Ball goes there. And the idea before DeMar gets there is Lonzo's going to have the ball in his hands. He finally gets to play the point guard and control all the offense because Zach can play off the ball and Nikola Vucevic can play off the ball. Patrick Williams plays off the ball. So they had to address some of the things there. And then DeMar comes and he plays with the ball in his hands. So it's an interesting pickup.
Yeah, I think they would have been better off not picking him up, in my opinion.
Okay, interesting. I mean, definitely that's a talent though. It's a really good pickup in terms of player talent. But
yeah,
let's see how it works for fit, like how he fits with them.
Yeah, the fit's not there for me.
So Alex Caruso, a 4-year, $37 million contract. It took Bronze Boy away from him. How do you feel about that? The Caruso.
Come on, man, Alex. Hey, LeBron, good at getting some point guards, some backup point guards, getting their money. You remember Delly?
Yeah, he got Delly paid.
Got Delly paid. Yeah, now he got Caruso paid. So I like Caruso, man. I think he's gonna be a good picker for them. I think he's gonna play well for them. He's good all around player. I think he's gonna have a better time playing away from LeBron than Delly did. I know Delly, when he got paid and he went to his team, he didn't really
went to Milwaukee. He played with Giannis.
He didn't really strive like that. So
yeah, he didn't really amount to that. Then he came back to Cleveland and it was nice. It was fun, but
I feel like Caruso is gonna be a bit different. Sucks that he left the Lakers, but you gotta get your money, man. Especially when they offer you that much money.
All right, so any Bulls fans, I'm trying my best at this name, so do not be mad if I get it wrong. They also drafted Ayo Dosunmu. So Matt and I were kind of talking about that off camera. It's interesting because they're actually guard heavy at the point guard spots and like 2 guard spots. Now with Lonzo Ball, Kobe White still being there, Alex Caruso, DeMar's naturally a 2 guard, Zach LaVine's a 2 guard, but DeMar will probably end up playing the 3. So they also these are players that play that position. So I don't know if we're gonna see too much of him this season. What do you kind of feel?
Yeah, I don't see him seeing the court that much at all. He's a good pickup though. They got him late in the draft. He played good in the summer league, not awesome, but he played pretty good in the summer league. I feel like Kobe White could still be the starter, honestly. Not over Lonzo. Not saying he could start over Lonzo, but I feel like if Lonzo wasn't there, Kobe White would not be a bad starter. I actually like Kobe White.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kobe's an interesting player. I'll deep deeper into that shortly.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Kobe White. I thought he played good his rookie season. I feel like he was never given a fair shake with Chicago, in my opinion. I feel like he was playing. He played too good too early, and I feel like some of the vets on the team didn't like that, and they was kind of like, in my opinion, they was kind of like trying to hold him back. In my opinion, like they wasn't trying to help him along the way. I feel like they were just like, oh man, he's a bit better than we thought. So let's kind of be like, I need more shine type of thing. So
to start, man, he had a better rookie year than Darius Garland. Darius is drafted in front of him. So
that's what I'm saying. So I thought Kobe White was a pretty good player. Is a pretty good player. So I feel like he could have been a starter, and they could have got him at a cheaper price than Lonzo. But I'm not mad at the Lonzo pickup.
Yeah, I think Lonzo's a really good pickup. They also signed a notable lottery bust in Stanley Johnson. No hate there, but he doesn't amount to what he's supposed to be.
Yeah, man. I like Stan. I feel like he was. So when it comes to the lottery, sometimes you just got to take what you give. You can't produce a star in the lottery because you got to just go with what you have. And I feel like he kind of fell victim to a weak draft class, so he kind of got taken kind of high, and they wanted more from him than what he can give, and that's kind of ultimately what doomed him. But I like him. He can be a good role player for them off the bench, playing behind DeRozan or even Patrick. But overall, I never really thought he was that good of a player when he came out of Arizona. But I wish him the best to resurge in his career.
I do too. I hope he does really good. I think that he came one season too early. He should stay a second year in college.
Yeah.
Besides the point, they also got Derrick Jones Jr. in a trade. I think that was more of a depth trade because they need someone to back up Patrick Williams because it's probably going to be Patrick Williams starting at the 4th spot this year. Starting lineup, like we kind of touched up on, Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, and Nikola Vucevic. It's a good starting 5. A lot of talent there. I think Patrick Williams has an opportunity to really be a good player in the NBA.
I know I said I wasn't a big fan of the DeMar DeRozan pickup. I think mainly he will be a big pickup for them for his leadership on the team. Considering that he was once on the team in Toronto where he had to be a leader and he led a team to deep runs, a lot of victories in the playoffs. I feel like he can be that mentor figure for Zach LaVine because, in my opinion, I don't feel like Zach LaVine is a good leader. In my opinion, he's somebody that hasn't proven to be a good leader. He make comments to the media that I feel like a leader should make to the media. Like he say stuff about how his teammates is not good enough, how he doesn't have any help, how he has to put up 30 a night to win games. In my opinion, even if that is true, I don't think that's something you should say to the media, in my opinion. Like, even if that's like James Harden wasn't, and becoming a leader is not something that everybody has. And you can kind of develop leadership traits. Some people are natural born leaders and they just step into roles and they just lead. They just got they got whatever it is. They got it. They can just step. But some people, a lot of people are not natural born leaders and they need to be groomed into that. And I feel like James Harden was one of those players. When he first got to Houston, he used to make comments to the media, and I used to be like, "Dog, why did you say that?" Like one time, I remember one time he said, "Me and Dwight are the key pieces on this team, and everybody else are just role players." Even if that is true, why would you say that to the media? His teammates didn't like. They came out and said they didn't like that. They said it. They thought they were key pieces to the team too. They didn't think they were James Harden. They didn't think they were Dwight Howard, but they thought they played a good role on their team as to make that team good. So why say that? And James Harden, over time, he developed and became the leader that he is today. And I feel like Zach LaVine is still going through that transitional stage of becoming a better leader for that organization.
So let's hope that DeMar can have a positive impact on him to help guide him in the right direction. This is a big year. This is a contract year for him. So it's noted that Chicago wants to keep him. He hasn't signed an extension or anything yet. So I'm sure he will. I can't see him leaving unless he wants to go compete for a championship, but let's see what happens in time. So it's a good team. Like this is a team where they had a big offseason, so everyone's expecting expectations for them now because they go out and get Lonzo Ball, they go out and get DeMar DeRozan, they go get Alex Caruso, and they add other players. And on top of the big trade they made at the deadline last year, where they went all in on Nikola Vucevic. So this is the team. This is probably the best team that they've had in a long time. So in terms of actual talent on the roster, now you have to make it fit. So
That's the thing.
make it work.
That's the thing. Like, can they make it come together and make that cake, make that nice cheesecake?
And that is the exact reason why Matt and I do not have them high on our list, because there's a lot of question marks regarding the fit of this team. But only time will tell how this ends up paying off. And they have potential. They definitely have.
They traded my boy. I don't know how I feel about that, but they traded my man.
Oh, Markkanen. I didn't think about their losses actually.
I was a fan of Markkanen, man. I like Markkanen. I thought Markkanen was a pretty good player, and they got rid of him.
Denzel Valentine left to Cleveland as well. So Markkanen and Denzel both left to Cleveland. They also lost Daniel Tice, Thad Young, Alfred Camino. So that's a key loss to them, though. Markkanen was a big piece for them, and it just didn't really work out well when Vujacic came by. For some reason, if on paper that lineup with Vujacic and Markkanen should probably actually really work really well, but they just didn't work well with each other. So it was a tough one, and it was known that Chicago wasn't interested in paying Markkanen the amount of money he was worth, and he got a good contract with Cleveland. So
yeah, so like you said, the fit didn't work between those two, and Markkanen was inconsistent, and there was reports that came out and said he wanted to get out of there anyway, so it just wasn't a fit. How you feel about Billy Donovan though as the head coach? Like, you feel like he's the guy to take him that to the playoff team? Like, do you feel like he's that coach?
He has a lot of experience, but I'm not a fan of his style of coaching. Let's see. Maybe this is an opportunity. Like, this might be the opportunity to turn it around, though. This is a talented team where pressure is back on you, but you have pieces that can really possibly work well with each other, but not. We'll see. I'm not sold on that yet.
You're not. I can tell. I can tell by your pause that you're not sold on them.
Not yet. We'll see. This year will be a big thing. But actually, that's actually a perfect segue to my hot take question for you.
Well, question before you get I know this is the last part. Question before you get to that. I know you're the draft guru now, and I know we talked about Ayo, but I want to ask you about a player that got drafted last year, and Patrick Williams. He got drafted pretty high. Do you think he can be that starting fourth?
Absolutely.
But how you feel him as a player? Is he starting just because they have no other option, or can he be that guy to contribute to that team?
He's a legit starter in the NBA.
Okay.
So actually, I know about Patrick because last year for the draft, as everyone knows that's listening, I'm a Cavaliers fan. Patrick was actually our guy we wanted. We ended up drafting 5. He ended up getting drafted at 4. So I got to know a little bit about his game, and he's a really good defender. He's worked on his 3-point shot. He's a good shooter, and he's strong. He can really. He had a rough rookie wall at a point last season, but when he was good, he was really good, and he showed a lot of promise. So even I think he did end up playing a couple summer league games this season, not the full thing, but he ended up playing 1 or 2, and he showed a lot of promise. He's a really good player. I think he's more of a natural 3, but playing a little smaller at the 4, he can do it. He'll be fine. He can play defense. He can run the floor. He can shoot the 3 ball. He's a good player.
All right, well, go ahead with your question. I just want to know what you thought about him.
Oh yeah, I like Patrick Williams. He's a good player. Question. So we're gonna actually fast forward time a little bit. The season's over and done with. We have our champions for the upcoming season crowned. Next season, do you think this current makeup, after a year playing with each other, can be contenders for a championship?
No.
So no possibility. So all this money they invest in this team, no contenders.
No. It's a lot of stuff that has to happen for that to happen. Okay, let me say this. Let me give you some ifs.
Okay.
If Lonzo develops into a legitimate starting point guard that lives up to his potential, if the fit with DeRozan and Zach LaVine works as far as ball movement and flow of the offense and defense, if Billy Donovan become a better coach, like you said, you don't like his style, if he steps in there, become a better coach, and last if Zach LaVine can step up and be the leader for that organization and that franchise,
Then you'll consider Contenders.
Then I would consider them contenders. So like I said, I had a lot of ifs, and if it was the fifth, we all be drunk. But that's my if this can happen, then yes, they could be considered contenders.
Okay. Only time will tell for that. Our question won't be answered for 2 years, basically. So that leaves us with this. Another good team, playoff team. So we'll see who's next. Do you have any hint for the next team?
I actually do. It's a California team. It's a California team. So I'm not gonna say much. We already did one California team, so it's not many out there. So kind of decide who you think it may be. So it's a California team though. So I'm not gonna tell you any more hints after that. But it is a Western Conference California squad. So that's it from us, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned for our next episode as we move on to number 13. And we are inching closer and closer to that top 10.
Yeah,
that top 10 is gonna be interesting. So yeah, stay tuned for the next episode, man. Peace.